Whenever I interacted with Kainé, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
Kainé's dream, discrimination. So, hello and welcome to I would say, unusual session of NieR Replicant. Because now, as you can see from the beginning, this is the point where, yeah, we resurrect Kainé, so to say, because she was turned into the stone. Basically, how to say it? I mean, the beginning of the second half of the game. But yeah, this time we are playing the Route B, because, I mean, we've seen the Route 1 in last session, where we beat the Shadow Lord. And this time, we will play the Route B. I mean, I look a little bit up, just to see what exactly the Route B is, and it seems like the Route B is more or less the same part, I mean the same second part, just that we will have a little bit more scenes about Kainé. I mean, more scenes from Kainé's perspective, some new scenes to say, and some new dialogue. So I was thinking that probably, I don't know, I won't do this second part, I mean this Route B as a let's play, because as I said, it is just a little bit more cutscenes, so to say. I feel, I don't know how many. And I mean, it's not really practical to do a whole let's play, playing through the whole game, where about, I don't know, 80 to 90% of the game is still the same. That's why I was thinking I will just do this first part here, because this is the part we saw last time. So I guess this is a good start into this Route B for you guys to see, yeah, how it looks like. And with that, I would say, I don't know how long this session will be, but I guess this is the last thing I will do with this game here. And yeah, tomorrow yesterday you will have seen another game I will upload, and just look forward to it. I wanna say, but because I will upload this a day before this one here, so I guess you guys already saw it, and I hope you guys also enjoy it, this game, because I mean, I really liked the game when the trailer came out, so, and also the whole settings and mechanics looks really nice, so I hope you guys like it. And yeah, and if not, and you haven't seen this let's play, then yeah, just check my channel and see it for yourself, because as I said, I really like it, and I hope you guys do. Yeah, with that said, let's go for it. The last session, I would assume. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliff that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisp of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and wait out the rain. A single child, however, has braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the bake turned east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. Okay, wow, that's I don't know, that's a plot twist. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. What am I actually reading? Is this Kainé's story? A heartbreaking smile creeped across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Okay, that's probably not the face I would make in this situation. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yo, Kainé. Ah, this is actually Kainé, yeah. I mean, it makes sense, as I said, this is a story more focusing on Kainé. I mean, this Route B. The voice belongs to Daimo or Demo, boss of all the bullies in the area. As Kainé struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Ah, okay, the stones came from the bullies. Okay, I thought it was some kind of a hailstone or something like that. Blood oozed from the cut above her eyes and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Dino and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seems taken aback for a moment by Kainé seeming indifferent to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Why they are so mean? Though she knew it was futile, Kainé turns to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelly burning in their eyes. What? Burning in their eyes? Scrambled around her. Kainé knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of the home. She was attuned of this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. So the parents were looking, but they weren't doing anything, huh? While some villagers simply turned a blind eye on the action of their children, many encouraged it openly. Wow, that's okay. That's not really welcoming. I mean, in this sense, I kind of get why Kainé become, what she is right now. In a society ruled by superstitions and fear, Kainé was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. I mean, what did Kainé actually do? Why she's hated? I mean, maybe I will probably, I don't know it if I play this game. I mean, this route. Or if I read the story further, who knows? I didn't say you could leave, freak. Dino's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me, he can't hurt me, he can't hurt. Oh, look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kainé prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if they were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Daimyo creeped even closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless, a failure. Okay. I don't know what happens to Kainé that she's in this situation. I wish Dino's rock had taken my head off. Kainé couldn't meet Dino's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was an inch away. She could smell the scent of old meat and on his breath. So he said, "No, yeah, whatever." There was something I want to say, but I decided not to. The boy grabbed Kainé's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Pry it open? Show me. No. What are we talking about? I feel like this becomes kind of awkward. Do you just say no? Daimyo grinned evenly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention to Kainé, he called to his cohorts. Come on guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Daimyo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kainé. Daimyo paused, still grinning, as Kainé curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. Watch her acting like a girl for her. Everyone knows what you really are. Okay, that's... I don't know, what are we talking now? I'm a little bit confused, and all my thoughts are kind of weird. But let's see what happened. Kainé ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continues to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it has chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parent and no home to go to. Oh, so she's... okay. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kainé closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eyes. Kainé was shocked to see Daimyo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted finger. Okay, what happened? Sorry about that. My throat was kind of, I don't know, itchy. Okay, where am I? She could blood. The fat twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves. as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. So without a leader, they are just clueless, huh? When no saber emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kainé. So Kainé did this? But the young girl was the least of their concern. Instead, the attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. Okay, so it's not Kainé, it's someone else, which makes sense, I guess. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. Okay, I guess now I know where the vocabulary of Kainé came from. And if any of you little bastards even touch my Kainé again, I will do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Dinah was using to cover the wounds. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wounds and twisted back and forth. Oof! Oh! Ow! He screams, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit winning. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Daimo's face twisted with rage at her words. Looking his eyes on Kainé, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out, leave this village. No one wants you here. Either of you, whatever. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Daimo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha, look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kainé. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders. Then produced a claw from the folds of her dress and began plotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kainé, she said. Why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. Yeah, I mean, kinda strong. I don't know how strong she was as a child, as a little girl, but I mean, now she's strong. The words of her grandmother stung Kainé, and she turned away. Oh, that's her grandmother. So what happened with her parents? Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kainé's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hand on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kainé found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realm of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt to crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kainé. You know because you survived it. As I said, I wanna know what's happened to her parent. Maybe this was mentioned somewhere before, I'm not sure. And the words hits home. Kainé was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parent died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kainé called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence. So actually, just kinda now. And their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kainé and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting on the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kainé truly understood the depth of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kainé's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. You're just Kainé personality. Or Kainé is actually her grandmother's personality in this sense. Kainé drew her grandmother's moth-eaten scroll around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. I don't know, man. Kainé looks. I don't know. I actually not sure, but yeah, maybe I will get it. I mean, yeah, right now I have some questions, let's say, but maybe they will be answered when I read through the story. If I was normal, then mom and dad wouldn't. Okay, I don't know what happens with their mom. Sorry, my sound was cut off. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm back. If I was normal, then mom and dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I will not hear another word of this nonsense. You are my granddaughter and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wrench of dried flowers in Kainé's hair. The skill it took to bend the flower without breaking the stem or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kainé want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are Luna tears. Oh, Luna tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Luna tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire life without even seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kainé reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. Okay, well, that's convincing. If they said this is so rare that most people won't see it in their entire life. But yeah, I will take it. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kainé to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. Yeah, that's what I thought. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kainé's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kainé blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? I mean, I think you're pretty. But I mean, I see you in an adult form and not in a girl form, so I can't say for sure. But I guess you're cute. Who knows? Course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We are gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we will be just fine. Kainé took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kainé gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kainé stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in crazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. Oh, that's nice, I guess. But her grandmother died, right? This was one of the first things we saw when we met Kainé, right? She was fighting this giant shade thing. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kainé let her gaze drift up past the rain and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taking away on the breeze.